Hi folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. Alright, so this is a very late video. I was not intending to wait this long to actually upload it, but it is what it is. So it's currently 9:15 and I want to get this video and the next one done because I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed at 10. I do need to get plenty of sleep. Alright, so this is day number 14 of the Christmas reading vlog, and I'm covering all 4 books, which is going to be the 25 Days of Terror, I Bought a Haunted Christmas Tree Farm, I'll Be Alone for Christmas, and The Winter Visitor. Okay, so because I didn't have to go to work today, I'm doing all 4 of them. Tomorrow I will most likely just read the Advent calendar one, and and that will probably be about it because I do have to be at work by 5. So no 5:30 this week because because the ladies are going on vacation. Alright, so the 25 Gifts of Terror, day 14. So this one is a little weird. This one is basically about a bodybuilder who has worked like for years to get his body the way that he wants it to be. This is definitely a vanity kind of story, where you have the guy who is obsessed with perfection, and he's got this really awesome girlfriend called Amy who does yoga and stuff like that, but she's not obsessed over dieting and all that type of stuff. And what ends up happening is he meets this elderly man who kind of asks him, what would you like to wish for Christmas? And he says the perfect body. And what ends up happening is shortly after he has that conversation, he breaks his own rule and he starts using steroids. And what it does is it causes his body to literally start shutting down. It's not present at first, but as it progresses on, he can't eat, he can't sleep, he barely drinks water. So basically the water bottle that Amy bought him goes unused because he's slowly just dying. And what ends up happening is he has this rival called Gary, who basically strikes up this conversation with this woman called Celine, who also works out, and he wants to be the one to win because he can, what ends up happening is he ends up losing everything, and the perfect body for him turns out to be a functioning body. And the old man explains that, these people that you look down upon, they have the perfect life because they don't obsess over things like their body. Later on, when they're much older, they will look back at, not did I have the best body in the world, but these events like eating a donut or spending time with your loved one, things that this guy did not care anything about because he's so obsessed over what he wanted. He loses everything. And he learns a valuable lesson at the end, because what ends up happening is when he's off the steroids, his body literally just goes bleh. Which I do hope that's not an accurate representation of what happens when you get off of steroids. So it's more of a lesson than an actual book that scares you. Then I Bought a Haunted Christmas Tree Farm, day 14. Roger is, I forgot, Roger's the father, not the guy, I'm sorry. Wow, I did that all wrong. Roger is enjoying his new boots, though they are hurting him because he needs to break them in. I know how that feels. And what ends up happening is he starts noticing the presence a lot more. But he also has to pay attention to things like using the chainsaw and everything. And he meets this guy that, he kind of has this little conversation with him and everything. And you can now start seeing the presence is really starting to hang around a lot more than it did at the beginning of the book. And it's kind of setting up this atmosphere of like, okay, something weird is going on on this property. Then we have one that really, really makes you go, oh no. So here's the thing. Chapter 14. Literally, this psycho woman shows up, and the purpose that she has is to rob. And she has a gun, and she has I believe she's got a drill. Our main character sprays her in the face, and she's not too happy about that. She keeps screaming, "My boyfriend is in the cabin," meaning that there's somebody in the cabin. And so she calls 911, same dispatcher. She's absolutely terrified. Now the dispatcher's like, we need to get somebody out there now because she may end up dead. So she's absolutely terrified. I don't blame her for being terrified. I'd be terrified myself. And literally, she's like, I think there's somebody in the house. And no dispatcher wants to hear those words. None. Anyways, yeah. So there is somebody in the house, and it is outside her door. Scary. Then the Winter Visitor covers the rest of the other dum-dum, and so they're telling the story about the body. Then he gets to the present, where Claire is horrified because she had no idea this happened. And she's like, how could a dead body give birth to the dead guy upstairs? It's impossible. You know, you're dead, you're dead. That's, you know. And so they don't even understand how this even happened. How could a dead body give birth to another dead body? Or to a kid who later on becomes a dead body. So they're kind of confused by this. And I'm kind of thinking, Sherry survived. She had to have survived because the dead body's up there. Then the last 2 chapters of my 4 chapters I read deals with, guess what? They're all bundled up to hide a dead body. So it ends with another knock. Who the heck is on the other side of the door? I don't know. But I guess we'll find out. So I'm currently on chapter 37. I am 76% done with the book. And I will, I got about 13 more chapters to go. So I definitely will be done with this book this week coming up. So yeah, so as we pull away, we'll only be left with the Advent books. Alrighty, so anyways, that's my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys around.